Hey y'all, I'm back with another book review. I just finished reading this short little booklet. It's called Stress, Peace, and Peace Amid Pressure. Now, I struggle from actually several stress disorders, including anxiety and IBS. My mom is always super supportive and tries to help me through my anxiety and my stress disorders, and always sends me little booklets like this or stress books or something to help me relieve my stress. I think that this book was brilliant. Now, it's just like a little book that's like a Christian-based book, so if you're Christian, I would go for it. If you're not, and it's not for you, that's totally fine. It is the way it is. I am Christian myself, or I am a Christ follower. I'm not a Christian because I have certain belief systems that I don't think that people should judge other people based on who they are. I think that you need to accept them where they are and love them where they are and help them to grow and understand themselves, which is what my mom does for me all the time. That's why she sends me little pamphlets like this. One of the biggest things that stuck out to me is I am dealing with a lot of selfishness. I struggle to make friends, and there was a story in here about a woman who suffered from this. She suffered from fretfulness, self-absorbed, easily offended, depressed, and competitiveness, which is not that bad, but anyway, in a bad way. So, like, comparing yourselves to others and is super judgmental. And I struggle from all of those things, including a couple stress disorders, as I mentioned. And it's interesting is that having the peace of Christ and accepting who you are and accepting who your limits are, and being like, cool, I'm not perfect, nor will I ever be perfect. Accepting that and being not proud, like proud in like a bad sense, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people are prideful in the bad sense, where they're like, yeah, I got this is all me, no problem, whatever. But you don't need that kind of pride. That confuses your mind, and it also, like, doesn't allow you to really create friendships a lot of the time. But I think being more, like, prideful, like, cool, I can do this because of this. I can do this. It's more like a self-confidence, and that's more of what it's about, in being at peace with yourself and accepting who you are and helping yourself to grow. Because if you can't grow and you're not learning, then you're not succeeding and you're not progressing. And life is all about progression. And if you're just staying put and accepting the way things are and not trying to change anything, but being like super haughty and like, this is the way it is, this is how it's going to be, I don't care what anybody else says, that's super ridiculous. And so if you come and approach being more humble and not having such exuberant hubris, because being more humble and being like, my heart is not proud, my eyes aren't full of pride. You want to make sure that you're just being like, this is my quieted soul because I'm not this. And it's actually based on Psalm 131, and it's about just calming your soul, and accepting your pride and accepting your limitations and being like, I'm not this, I am not this, and being like, accepting that fact. One of the other things that was pointed that I thought was really funny was comparing a spoiled child who's like weaning or something like that to us as adults, because it's like, we're throwing temper tantrums, we're dealing with depression, we're doing all of this stuff because we're being super prideful and all this kind of stuff, and because we're throwing temper tantrums, our body is reacting and we're not becoming at peace, and we're just super irritable. And this is exactly what a child does. But once they accept being weaned and all that stuff, they actually have they're very peaceable and very kind and very mellow. And once we accept being ourselves and not being prideful and being like, this is who I am, I need to accept it, and that's what I have to accept and being like, cool, I have shortcomings, cool, I can do this. And I know I say cool a lot, but you have to accept yourself the way you are so you can be patient with yourself and be at peace and be able to learn and grow. Well, I hope you enjoyed this book review. It is a long one for this little short thing, but there's just so much good things. Any reviews, comments, please leave them in the comments. And if you want me to review anything else, just let me know. Have a great day.